Well, good morning. It's about 3 a.m. here in Phoenix. What am I doing? Well, got a little video for you, and this is what I call fly by and drive it home. And I'm not going to make it long and stretched out and not tell you what I'm buying until the end so you watch the whole video. I'll give you a rundown on it here in a few. Right now I'm heading to the shop. I'm going to park this car there, and I got the Uber picking me up, take me to the airport, and fly to Denver, Colorado. I'll tell you more in a little bit. But hey, do me a favor. Like, subscribe, share, comment. It really helps. We're going to try a couple new things on the channel, new content, a little different format, as well as our car sales. Talk to you in a bit. Look at that, Uber driver already here. This is the start of a great trip. Well, we got the car picked up. Not going to show it to you just yet. I'm actually taking it to go get a set of tires. I got almost 1,000-mile drive back to Phoenix, and the tires on it, dates are old. They got plenty of meat on them, but they're showing their age. Fortunately, there's a tire rack distribution center right here in Denver, and we're running over there right now to pick them up and have 4 tires put on it. But we'll give you a walk around and a rundown on the car here shortly. Maybe you can guess what it is just by looking at it. Maybe you can't. We'll be back. Well, here it is. It's a little dirty. Just pulled it out of the garage or barn, as it were. Mechanically, she's 100%. She's serviced. She runs great. It did need tires. So I just stopped and had a set of tires put on it. Brand new Cooper Cobras. It's a 305 HO 5-speed car. 1984 Z28. 84,000 miles, unrestored original Survivor. Runs perfect. Let's get the drive going, and we'll show you more as we go along. Right now we're in Commerce City. Yep, Commerce City, Colorado at the TA truck stop. Getting ready to get on the freeway and head home. Stop. Want to do a fuel economy reading, and gas gauge is a little off. I wasn't trusting it, but 200 miles, 21.97 miles to the gallon. That's not bad. Now it's only a 305 HO L69 motor, a screaming 190 horsepower. Window. Runs and drives absolutely fantastic. Tight, got a good feel, transmission's good, clutch is good, all the gauges work. Car runs at a perfect 190 degrees. Oil pressure on the highway sits right at about 50 pounds. Charging fine. Speedometer, odometer, heater, defroster, fan, air conditioning, everything works. It's really kind of a base 84 Z28, you know. Roll-up windows, no cruise control, does have tilt wheel. I-17 south into Phoenix. So 200-mile evaluation. Runs good, drives good, no issues. I'm glad I put brand new rubber on it. It really needed it. Tires look good, but the date codes were old. And they were just starting to show a little bit of checking. Listen, it's almost 1,000 miles. I don't need to be stranded somewhere out in the middle of I-40 in New Mexico at, middle of the night somewhere. So I wasn't going to deal with it. And there was a big tire rack distribution center right where I was. So a buddy of mine, Roger, thanks pal, I appreciate you picking me up at the airport and taking me to go get the tires. We grabbed a set of tires, took it over to a tire shop by his place, swapped them out, mounted balanced, new valve stems, $100. They wanted 125, 100 cash, they did the deal. So let's knock down another couple hundred miles and check in. We'll give you a little report then. But overall, this thing's a champ, man. This is a really good car. Great drive, a lot of fun. Let's enjoy the road. Weather is absolutely perfect. Not a cloud in the sky. Crystal clear. Traffic is light. Obviously the end of another holiday weekend, more or less, even though the holiday falls in the middle of the week. People are already traveling. The airport today was pretty quiet this morning, leaving Phoenix when I got there at 4 in the morning. However, I took Frontier Airlines. Last minute trip, it was either that or Spirit to get a direct shot right to, let me turn this camera, right to Denver. And I picked the lesser of the two evils. I wasn't taking Spirit. Took it once about 8 years ago, never do it again. Normally I fly American Airlines everywhere. Couldn't get a quick direct flight last minute. Had to go with Frontier, but it was horrible. Thank God it was only an hour and 15, hour and 20 minute flight. Anyway, let's go back on the road. We'll check in a little later on. Enjoy the drive. This is always a nice drive. This is called Raton Pass, and it brings you down out of the mountains into New Mexico, heading south on Interstate 25. I've been through here a few times. This is actually the first time I've been through in the middle of the winter. Fortunately, the pass is open. There's no heavy snow. The weather is mild. You can see some snow on the hillsides. But for the most part, there's no inclement weather coming in. The first time I drove up through here was about 20 years ago, riding from Phoenix to Sturgis, South Dakota for the bike rally. And it was a great ride until I got, about 20 miles north of Albuquerque on I-25 heading north. And I was in torrential downpour rain for 6 hours all the way to Denver, riding a 99 Harley FLH Ultra Classic. It was horrible. It was good because I was going to Sturgis, but it was a horrible ride in the rain for all that time. But I remember coming through here, Raton Pass, in that heavy rain. Couldn't see anything. I had a trucker kind of doing the old, safety vehicle in front of me, and I kind of tucked in behind him, and I stayed behind him probably a good 40, 50 miles. He knew I was there, and it was cool. I actually met up with him at the truck stop when he pulled over. He was getting off. I got off with him because I needed to fuel up, and he came over to me and said, "Hey man, I saw you riding. The weather was bad. I wanted to give you some safe cover. I knew you were back there the whole time." I appreciate that. He was a rider also, and that's what it's like out on the road. But this is a beautiful ride through the pass. Really enjoying the scenery. The car's great. Handles the road beautifully. Cruising at about 75, 80 right now, with absolutely no issues. Onward and upward. We'll check in later. worst part about Interstate 25, if you're going southbound, especially in the wintertime, is that the entire daytime trip, you're driving directly into the sun, as you can see. It starts, in the east, sets in the west, but in the winter months, it's low on the horizon, so it's always in your eyes. And we're getting late in the afternoon here. Sun's got probably 40 minutes before it sets, and then it's fine. And then after that, I'll be on I-40 heading westbound, New Mexico into Arizona. At Flagstaff, you grab I-17 and go south into Phoenix. So that's the only kind of drawback this time of year, heading south on Interstate 25. But if you look, it is absolutely crystal clear. There is not a cloud in the sky. You can see for 30, 40 miles. Just a beautiful day to take a road trip. And this car, 1984 Camaro Z28, is absolutely handling the task beautifully. Before the sun sets, though, I want to stop somewhere and take a couple of nice shots. So you'll see that here in a little bit. Well, this is about the last opportunity for pictures today. The sun's going down, as you can see with some of the other photographs. Wanted to shoot a couple with the little sunset going. There she is, 84 Camaro Z28 factory 5-speed L69 305 HO with a whopping 190 horsepower. You believe that? Great running car, no issues. We'll do a little more updates along the way as we drive through. We got probably, it's a little after almost 5 o'clock. I got 7-8 hours. I'm back in Phoenix. So, hope you like what you see. Just keep watching. We're going to wrap this thing up all the way till we get home, give it a clean up tomorrow, and see what we got. It's cold. The sun's going down. I'm a little tired, a little hungry. Let's go get some chow. Here we go. We're on the last leg of the trip. Just got off I-40, heading south on I-17 into Phoenix. Got about an hour and 20-minute run downhill, basically, back into Phoenix for me to get home. Car ran great. Overall fuel mileage was 20 miles a gallon, actually 20.52 miles per gallon, which isn't bad considering you got a lot of elevation changes, mountain ranges to go over, a couple of passes. Right now we're sitting at about 6,900 feet. By the time I get home, I'll be at 1,200 feet. Up here in Flagstaff, it's also about 23 degrees. And when I get back home, it'll be probably in the 50s, which is about right for about 1 o'clock in the morning. I made great time. If I calculate it right, it's about 13 hours overall. That's including 4 gas stops. Plus, I stopped for dinner for about a half an hour. So, it was a 12-hour run. Not bad for about 1,000 miles. Car didn't skip a beat. I'm going to call it a night. Pick this up in the morning. You'll see the car in the daylight. It'll be washed. I'll get it cleaned up a little bit. And then I'll tell you what we're going to do with it next. See you in the morning. Good night. All right, there you go. Quick cleaning, cleaned up real well. What's next for the car? Well, I'm going to tell you what's next for the car. We're going to send this thing to Barrett-Jackson, Scottsdale. Happens in about 2.5, 3 weeks. You'll see this car sell. But before that, you can follow it through the whole process, basically, of what we do to get them ready, detail, service, get them cleaned up, get them to the auction, get them checked in, and then watch it go over the block and see how much money we can make on this car. In the end, I'll tell you all my costs and expenses of what I got in it. And we sell it. I can calculate what it's going to net me after fees to the auction company and see how well we did or didn't do. I got a pretty fair deal on this car, and I'm pretty confident it's going to do pretty well. So we'll just have to see. So stay engaged, stay tuned, watch for part 2 in a couple of weeks, and you can follow the 84 Z28. Another episode of Fly By, Drive It Home. Let me tell you something, 40-year-old car, 1,000 miles. It did pretty good on an unproven road trip. So I really can't complain, other than I had to put tires on it before I left, but I kind of thought that might happen. Anyway, we'll see you guys on the next one. Have a good one.